Caseback Watches, my name is Tim, and in this episode we have three topics: one mobster, or let's say drug trafficker, one watch on the wrist here, and some art to show you. Let's just begin briefly with a mobster, with a drug trafficker. I'm speaking about Griselda Blanco. I watched this new Netflix series that shows her life, or what a version of her life, let's say. So we're speaking about Colombia, we're speaking about Miami in the 70s. The drug war there, caused by people famous today, sort of famous under the name Cocaine Cowboys. And this Netflix series brings it all: the scenery, interiors, great exteriors, great cars, great items, a lot of gold on necklaces, bracelets, on guns. Somebody there has a golden Uzi submachine gun, and of course golden watches. And I was watching that series, that show, and so many great golden watches, really. And then I accidentally, basically, I checked the website of Baltic Watches from France, and then I saw this. I saw that they took they have taken some of their, let's say, popular models, older popular models, and they brought them back into in a golden version. PVD plated gold with a black dial, and this combination, black with gold, always fascinates me, and of course it fits the style of that Netflix series. By the way, don't read the Wikipedia article about Griselda Blanco before you watch the show, all right? Because she was basically a psychopath. There's a famous quote from Pablo Escobar where he says, "The only man I'm afraid of is the woman Griselda Blanco," and for a reason. And in the series, she's kind of nice. She's not super cute, of course, and she's definitely a killer, but she's shown there kind of nice, so that you can identify a bit with that story. But it's a very entertaining and great show. So this aside, this topic, this is the story how I came to that watch. I wrote Baltic, asked them if I can show this to you in an in-depth review, because I think it's a great piece for the upcoming summer seasons, especially because it's so much fun to have that bit of gold on the wrist. And this watch here is well made, and it's really affordable. We're speaking here about 385 euros including VAT. So you have to deduct your VAT, and then you're around 350, I think, and in US dollars 360, perhaps 370, 80, in that direction. So you're way under 400 for a well-made watch with a Miyjota, and really a really nice look. And so I will show you that watch in the Lightbox in detail right now. Okay, and here we are with our HMS 002 in gold. The watch overall might look familiar because this is a well-known and very popular model made by Baltic, but this, as said, this version here with the gold is brand new. And let's first go over the measurements. We have here a case diameter of 38 millimeters. The length, the lug to lug here, is 47. Thickness of the watch is indicated with 13, including the crystal. The case alone is 10 millimeters. And you have a lug width of convenient 20. There you go. And the glass here is a plexiglass. Plexiglass with a scratch. More of that later, how that happened. And regular crown, not screw down, drawled lug holes, and the entire watch is waterproof up to 50 meters. So we're clearly in the region dress watch here. And inside works a Miyjota. And this is the Miyjota 8315 with a pleasant power reserve of 60 hours and a very lightweight rotor, as you can see there. A bit of decoration, but more of that later. Because the main sensation here is, of course, this this impact of gold together with black always gives a super luxurious look, and it reminds us of nightlife. I will not bother you now long time with the layout and the design of the dial, because we've seen this over and over again, this thing. We have this Art Deco style elements like the crosshair and these nice numerals in this order, this radial position. We have these pure and unloomed hands. Very simple, but really fits the style of the watch perfectly, I think. And all these elements, when you look closely, you can see that they are applied flawless. Basically flawless. You don't see anything sloppy. I think this Stadium Baltic has long left. Sometimes with their older models, you could find some polishing issues and something like that. But here's this just a very nice look. very nice feel, with exception of the strap, as always. More of that in a minute. And so, yeah, let's take this aside. But let's speak a bit of the plating here. This is a PVD. Everybody knows what that means? I don't think so. I had to look it up. So it's physical vapor deposition. And this means gold you have in a liquid form first, then it's transformed into a gas, into a vapor, let's say. Yeah, it's more precisely to call it a vapor. And then the deposition takes place. And this results in a very nice surface and a very tight connection between base metal and plating. And they say that this plating is good for over 10 years. So you can really wear that watch for 10 years or so without large damages. I mean, normally here these edges will lose their plating over the years, but this is a really, really robust method. But of course we have our weaknesses. Every watch has some weaker parts. And here my question is it really necessary to show that Miyjota? It's not very attractive. It offers good specs, don't get me wrong, it does the job. But it looks kind of flimsy. This here looks luxurious and it's just deep and nice. And this is a bit like, yeah, like an affordable toy, so I'm not sure if this is really necessary. And the next thing, what I always, or not always, often dislike are the straps here. This is a very flimsy thing. It looks artificial, it feels artificial. First I thought this is some sort of that type of leather you can put in the water. You can go swimming with your leather strap, and my question always is, why should you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, then you could put it on a mesh bracelet or another bracelet or on a rubber strap, guys. We have good looking, unaffordable rubber straps, so why this? But then I learned this is regular calf leather from Italy, and luckily it has a quick release bar, which I don't like. As said, often here sweat will enter, here sweat will ruin your strap. But this is a cheap strap, and so not really a problem. But you can put it now on something like this. This is a nice calf leather strap with a real nice features. Caseback number 1. You can put it on contrasting color, and this looks pretty well. This looks pretty good. I would choose this combo, I think. Very nice, very nice. And so these are a bit these are in my eyes the weak spots here. The strap, exhibition caseback, not really necessary. Question also, do you need drilled lug holes when you have this quick release stuff here? But okay, I think Baltic does it with every watch, so it's a bit of a trademark, and so yeah, all right. But now let's put it on the wrist. 38mm, 17cm wrist. On that leather strap, you see, for me, relatively big, but still okay. And in front of the camera, a watch always looks a bit bigger because it's closer to the lens. The matching clasp, so overall very nice look. But I would change the strap. But overall I'm super happy with that watch, and I will definitely wear it a bit longer, a few days. Even I don't have to, because this video now is ready, but I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that. But what happened with the crystal now? You see there over the 7 there's a little crack. In fact, this is not a scratch, this is a crack. Came out of the parcel like that, and this is the typical impact from a shock. Like the parcel had a rough ride, something like that, and it's too deep to polish it away, but it illustrates very well why many people don't see a problem with plexiglass crystals. Because imagine this damage with a sapphire would shatter all over the surface. And it would disable the entire watch in the next second. And this thing you can still wear. I mean, again, it's too deep to polish. You have to replace the crystal, but that's an easy fix with a plexiglass crystal. It's very inexpensive. And you could use this watch now for weeks and months if you like. So it's not really a problem. And so I decided to carry on with the review. When you see something like that, of course, then you have to return the watch. Baltic has a good customer service, and this happens from time to time. It's just not really a problem. Okay, welcome back, and our topic number 3 for this video. I have something new to show you. One of my biggest passions is drawing. draw like in the style of the Ligne Claire, the Franco-Belgian Ligne Claire that you find, for example, in the comic books from Georges Remy, better known as Hergé, his Tintin comic book series, or Edgar P. Jacobs with Blake and Mortimer and other people. And this Ligne Claire style is still alive, really. In the French bande dessinée, you really see this style with the clear lines, but on a level with this is breathtaking sometimes. And I'm super fascinated by that style, and I practice it a lot. And now I have the first series of drawings that I find good enough to share them. If you're a creative person yourself, then you know we can be our worst enemies, really. But now I have something really nice to show you. I was always a bit obsessed by drawing the classic cook brigade that you find in French restaurants, let's say prior to World War II, or in big hotels. So where you have one guy for the grill and one guy for the soup, and one chef for the main dish, and yeah, the various positions there. And so I made my own brigade. Got to show you that in form of a super high-end art print. There you go. There you go. There you have the brigade drawn in the style of the Ligne Claire. I'm super proud that I was able to do it right now. I'm super proud that I had help with the typography here, with the writings, because you have little explanations for every cook, of course. And with the paper, we tried 3 printing companies, because this is not a poster, this is really an art print on thick artist paper. And the first company was just really, really bad. And then the second, such and such, was really drama, to be honest. And the last company we checked out did it in 24 hours, and the first attempt was just boom. And this is really important, that you have everything there, that you don't have this poster that fades away after some month and with lack of details. No, here you have every single little detail, which is important because these drawings are made the traditional way with Chinese ink and watercolor, and so it's very important that you have the real color, that you have the details, and of course you have the real artist paper. And the last company did it in 24 hours as said, and with super good results. And then I thought, all right, I will ship this all over the globe to everybody who likes it, who wants to hang it in his or her kitchen. And then I thought, how exactly? Normally these art prints, they sell in tubes, large tubes, but try to ship a tube to, let's say, Canada or the UK or the United States, so every state outside of Europe. It's extremely expensive. And so you cannot ship something with a 2-digit price tag for, let's say, $30 to the United States. This is not really reasonable, right? And so I thought, what to do? No, this is a plan that cannot work, basically. And then I thought, all right, I put it in the tube, so well protected. And then I put the tube in a box with the maximum measurements that is allowed for easy and cheap shipping. And now I tested it. I'm able to ship these prints at a rate of €6. I can ship it for €6. The actual price is a bit higher, $6.90, $7.90 that way. But in the shop you can pay €6, and then I ship this thing all over the entire globe to you. And I'm pretty proud of that. In case you have an online shop, it's a really nice trick. Put the bloody tube in a box and it will work. And so you can see I'm a bit excited about that outcome, that this passion turned out in something you really can show to people and really can sell to people. It makes me extremely happy. And so it's online now on CasebackWatches.com. Price for Europe is €65. Very conservative calculation, by the way. And price for outside Europe should be 59 without VAT. So not really expensive to have, and you really can. This is really a piece to frame under glass, and then you can enjoy it several decades, basically. So if you have a nice kitchen, if you want to have the classic French kitchen brigade in it, then this is your chance. All right, and that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.